Hello, I decided I'm going to try doing live blogging in terms of being able to try to heal, I guess you can say, about my mother's terminal illness. Um, First of all, I'm sorry about the noise. My dog is chewing on his little toy, so he's a bit of a, well, you will see what I mean. Anyways, my mother is currently in hospital. She was admitted on Thursday. We didn't expect her to be admitted, but she was obviously not feeling well. And for weeks we were telling the doctors that she was not well. And they kept on changing information and all that and having us travel out different places, different hospitals. And then Thursday, after a while, I went home to bring back the wheelchair because they warned me about people like just nick her special wheelchair because it was quite a fancy one. So I went home and everything because it was getting crowded in the emergency room also because it was literally doctors are running in and out of her room and everything. So I was literally like, oh, I'm stuck. But so I went home and waited and to see, so I just expected to have the cavity was going to be, that she was going to be feeling better and the cavity was not going to be a problem in her tummy because she had fluids in her tummy that in the cavity from, well, I don't know how the whole situation is, so I can't tell you all that until I get like a lot of the official papers. But later on the night, around 5 or 6 or 7, something like that, her helper nurse person called me. I was like, okay, they called me. That's not normal. I'm sure they're just gonna call me and tell me that she's got medication and she's doing better, kind of thing. No, it wasn't. As some of you should know that when medical people call you personally, especially the next of kin, just to tell you about your parent or something like that, it's not good. The nurse told me that, I think she was a nurse, head nurse, whatever, told me that my mother has kidney and liver failure. Reason why she couldn't go to the bathroom and eat and digest water and everything. And that her cancer was actually spreading. And it's not getting better. And that it was getting worse throughout the body. I was sitting there thinking, oh no, what's happening? No. Like, oh dear, no, 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 no. Apparently the chemo meds were not working. So then she said that my mother has a terminal illness and that at the most, unless some miracle happened, she had 6 months to live at the most. This is really hard for me to talk about it because, like, I have, well, yeah, she had about, I estimate 6 months to live, and that's at the most, and I was, in shock. I don't know what to expect. I mean, I was just, wow, this is slap in the face. I would expect at least 2 years or something like that. But 2 to 5 years, but 6 months at the most. I mean, sorry, I need to put on my glasses. It's really hard to grasp that the person who was caring for me since I was an infant is going to be going away forever. It's still hard to even sit there and think that I'm going to be alone. The reason why it's really hard for me personally is because I don't have much family, to be honest. I was adopted from the Philippines, if you must know. I have my mother right now as my adopted mother. She never married, and I have no siblings. She worked for the Department of Defense for many years, so I lived overseas all my life. So I didn't get to know her sister, my aunt, in other words, my cousins very well at all, to get close to them, not to mention they weren't very communicative also. And so I've been raised overseas all my life with just her, and with just her raising me and her coworkers every once in a while. Well, last year we moved to the U.S. from England. It was a heck of a whirlwind, because I'm sitting here just thinking, where am I, where am I? And she came here to help me get me more opportunities than from being in England. And now, in less than a year moving here, she's told that she has a terminal illness and she's going to die. And here I am in a country that I don't know very well. I only know through history and my studies, and I'm an American citizen and everything by my mother. It's still hard to sit here and think what's going to happen, because when she goes, all I have will be my dog, if he's still strong enough, because the little boy, my dog's also kind of old and sick as well. My dog has a brain tumor, if you're wondering. I think. Brain tumor, but yeah. So, when she passes on, it'll be just me and my dog, or if he doesn't survive, it'll be just me. My aunt is coming to help out in ways, but I don't know my family or that family very well still, personally. And I'm still not seeing them as an actual family, if that makes sense. I see more as my mom's co-workers at Lake and Heath as family, because they know me more, kind of thing, and all that. So it's really hard for me to accept my family as them my family. It's horrible for me to say this, but when my mother passes on and everything's sorted, all that, I do plan to cut ties with them, as I felt like the only way how I'm connected to them was through my mother. But after that, I don't see the connection, really, because they weren't there most of my life at all. At all. really knew them. It's like I used to visit them like almost every 2 years, I think, or something like that, while they're in California, and I flew from England and all that. And they didn't really write to me or anything like that. Ever. Until the magic of MySpace. But I still have yet to figure out what I'm going to do. Because I'm still new to this place, and I don't have friends to call, and I know I cannot stay in this house by myself, because I, know that stuff personally. So I'm still trying to figure out what's going to happen to me. Sorry. All I can think of right now is what can I do to make it seem like I'm in order and what I'm ready to do, so my mom won't be so scared and she can be calm and everything. So I don't want her, because she's more worried about me. And it's like I want to get things sorted ahead of time so she can not be so stressed when she passes on. I want her to have it peacefully because she's done so much for me, and which I'll tell later over time. Many stuff and everything. It's just so hard to actually be alone a lot, with not knowing anybody else, and you're just alone everywhere. Not having any siblings or friends nearby. You only have your dog, but unfortunately he can't speak. Just chews away. You're just alone. It's just so hard to be alone. Anyways, this is part of hopefully start a little quick series, or somewhat, of the future that I do not want to accept. But it has to be, but I have to. And I want to keep the memory alive. That this, anyways, this is